This is Josh. This is Jace. We're out here at AquiPor's R&D and product development facility. And thank you all for joining us today. Today, pretty simple. We wanted to do a live demonstration of our concrete pour. So integrating AquiPor's technology into what will be basically a ready mix or pour in place type concrete application. We'll go like 15 minutes. This pour won't take long, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A. So this will be pretty quick. I know people are probably busy, middle of the week. So again, thanks for joining us. Quick update. I think this is super important. So let's talk about like the last 2 or 3 months since we did our last live Q&A or event. In May, we made a trip down to Southern California. We met with the city of LA and a big paver manufacturer and then a very large corporation. And those meetings went really well to the point where the city of LA has given us approved mix designs for basically their approved sidewalk applications in the city. And we are now starting to work our stuff into their mix design to get kind of a finished product and get something that can go into testing for pilot projects. So we're very excited about that. There's a lot of interest that has stemmed off of those meetings from other cities in LA County. So we're busy at work at getting this ready mix and pour in place design optimized and put together for projects. We're hoping next year. And these will be the bigger pilot opportunities. Before that, let's talk about what we did. I guess it was in April. This is a big deal for us. We did our first commercial production run of pavers where we use concrete aggregate material. This is our technology. We process into aggregate. Obviously, it goes into normal concrete. You see 2 different fractions. This is like a larger fraction, more like a 3/8 fraction, and this is more like coarse sand. And so anyway, we implemented these into pavers, and this was the finished product. These are ready. We have pallets of these ready to go for our first projects. This is commercial worthy, commercial ready product. Josh will give a quick
demo.
Product demo. And you can see how permeable that material is, extremely porous. And this is just like a normal concrete paver with the big advantage of permeability and filtration. So the pores are very small. This is not like pervious concrete. It looks like Rice Krispie treats that will clog up over time. Totally different application. So very exciting. Last couple months, we have some, I think, pretty hot coals in the fire, and continue to update you as these things come together. Now, should we we'll get to the demo?
Yeah, let's do it. What are we gonna do, Josh?
All right, we're gonna pour a couple hundred pounds of a 2,500 PSI sidewalk mix that we've been working on with AquiPor Incorporated for the permeability and porosity. Jace, you want to kick it off?
All right, let's see it, Jace.
So what we're gonna do now is show you guys how this mix is the same as the regular concrete mix, just with AquiPor inside. Show you how easy it is to implement.
So what just happened there?
We're getting the aggregate. This is the first portion of aggregate into the hop.
Rocks and sand.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll add the cement, water, get that mix in. And once that is a nice texture that we like, we'll throw our AquiPor in, mix it for another about 30 seconds. 30 seconds a minute. And then we'll pour a couple stair treads.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and so this mix is indicative of what you can do in a precast facility. So precast concrete. You could do this pour in place as well. So literally pouring sidewalks, pouring streets, or at least street shoulders, parking lots, alleyways, all the above.
So now we're just adding our type 3 Portland cement, which is the standard around here. Pipe freeze, just quick set. It's good for the precasters because they're able to break it out of the form the next day.
What's that one?
Cement again. In the top of the cement portion there.
Simple. It's just bucket
Pouring concrete. So on a hot day like today, I'll feather the water in so we make sure we get the proper slump. Then we add the AquiPor material and we're ready to go. Because our material is porous and pre-saturated, but we do like to make sure the slump is proper before you add our material, just for consistency each finance time.
so
Talk loud.
so this is totally scalable. We're doing this as a demonstration for. Now here, this is Kevin Skoker. So he owns Skoker Precast, our strategic partner. And I'd let Kevin talk about how scalable this is from here, like literally doing it even smaller mixes, to here all the way up to much larger.
Yeah, so basically everything you saw them do with buckets, this is a state-of-the-art batch plant where basically cement, water, aggregates, it's all run through a computer. All of our mix designs are pre-programmed. We can have up to 100 mix designs in this guy. So all we do is we load the bins that are back behind the building and they come up through the conveyor. And then depending on the mix design, water is automatically added. Admixtures are automatically added. So kind of the old school drum mixer method that you see is just for demonstration here for doing a small pour, but there's absolutely no reason why we can't be adding AquiPor aggregates to our bins and running it like we would run any other concrete mixer or batch plant.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why don't we show them the paver again and tell us about the first commercial run that we did at White Block?
Yeah. So these pavers were made at commercial scale, like we talked about. We did this with the paver and block manufacturing company here in Spokane. This mix is called, or is considered, a dry cast mix. So it's a much drier mix than what would be precast or pour in place concrete. And so it's actually a really good point is this is extremely permeable because it's a little looser mix. Our precast sidewalk panels and any ready mix pour in place application isn't going to have quite this permeability just because it's a wetter mix. But Josh, you can pour some water on here.
So you guys will notice when the water hits, and I'll feel if you can get down and see, you'll see micro bubbling across the whole surface here. Don't think our microphone is strong enough, but you can also hear suction noises as the water is being pulled into the surface there.
And what's really unique about this, because the pore size is so small, you have the filtration capability, but what will happen is we'll finish this pour, we'll come back to this panel and it'll be dry. And we're inside, right? So if this is out in the sunshine, this would already be drying up right away.
It's already.
Yeah, you can already see all the
There
where
was
it's
a
like.
pool of water here just a minute ago, and when I move my hand, you can see all these little micro bubbles. That's our fine pores where the water's entering.
Yeah.
Cool.
So super unique technology.